So I fired all of my OnlyFans models at my OnlyFans agency to do this instead. And I'm going to be breaking down exactly what it is that we are currently doing at my OnlyFans company. So essentially what we have done is we have gone from an OnlyFans management agency to freelance OnlyFans scaling. Now, exactly what do I mean by this? I mean that we have shifted from managing dozens and dozens of models at my own personal OnlyFans management agency to instead managing just a few select OnlyFans accounts. And I'm going to be breaking down exactly why it is we decided to make this shift at my own personal agency, why I agree or think that the best course of action for anyone who's interested in getting started or is currently running an OnlyFans management company should make this transition as well. So essentially, I have been running an OnlyFans company for the last 4 years. And over these 4 years, I have tried out everything in terms of working with different sorts of models and different niches with different fetishes, different types of promotion, different types of accounts that were worked with, different models in terms of the content they create, the scale of the agency, how many models we're working with, how many team members we have. So I've tried it all, and by far the best experiences that I've had at my own personal OnlyFans company have been when it's been a freelance OnlyFans scaling. Now, what do I mean by this? Working with just a few select high ticket accounts. Now, with these sort of accounts, you can be making 11.8k a day from this. You can be working with accounts that are making $78,000 every single month, $116,000 a month. To be working with accounts which are pulling in 87,000 every single month as well, pulled in 1.6 mil in total of the lifetime of this account. So really big ticket OnlyFans accounts that we're working with here. And as, again, at that, another model who's doing 80,000, 100,000 a month. So we're just working with quite a few select high ticket OnlyFans accounts. Instead of going for quantity, which is taking on lots of models and trying to scale up the operation to scale up all these accounts. Now, when working with lots and lots of models, it's very hard to actually scale up their accounts. And you're doing okay. You've got accounts which are doing 6k a day, you're improving them to a 10k a month run rate. I've got accounts which over the period of 90 days are doing $40,000 a month. And then in addition to that, got accounts which are putting in $231,000 lifetime, fluctuating between $10,000 a month. So we're pulling in lots of these kind of lower ticket accounts, and you've got to work with more models in order to make just as much money as you're making with this. Now, the reason we went ahead and decided to go ahead with the decision to actually fire some of the models who are working with at our agency and focus on just these high ticket accounts was for a few reasons. So with managing more accounts, you experience lower profitability. Now, the reason you experience this lower profitability is because as you have more accounts to manage, you have to invest in more softwares, in more services, in more team members to manage these accounts and actually deliver satisfying results to the models in order for them to just not leave your agency. So it's lower profitability from the get-go because you've got to invest more in trying to deliver the service to the models. As well as that, we found that the offer is getting tuned out for OnlyFans management or working with an OnlyFans agency. Now, there's lots of beginners entering this space, maybe like yourself, who are watching videos like this and getting started with OnlyFans management. Typically, go out there, you just send a few DMs, maybe you're successful, maybe you're not, but essentially, you're just sending lots of DMs, signing models, and the models are working with agencies who are just inexperienced and don't have a clue what they're doing. So there's a lot of people who are inexperienced in this space now who are just signing models and delivering a terrible service because they don't have any clue what they're doing. They don't understand how to manage an OF account. They don't actually understand how to promote them, how to get subs on platforms, and they just end up doing a terrible job. So we're speaking to lots of models and they're saying, look, I've been burnt in the past by agencies. And this is a more frequent message that is coming up. So these models are kind of shifting away from agencies in terms of wanting a more kind of personalized approach where they just get to work with one person who's a freelance OnlyFans scaler who can just scale up their accounts with a little bit of leverage in terms of some virtual assistants, helping out with the chatting and the promotion, rather than building out a full elaborate agency. Now, as a result of the offer getting tuned out, you have to send thousands of DMs to even sign a single model in the first place because they're not responding to the agency offer, because there's lots of agencies within the space who are sending the exact same message as yourself. Now, you can still sign a model, but the type of models you're going to sign are inexperienced, because the ones who are big, who you want to work with, who have big high-ticket accounts, they're going to be tuning out to this offer. Now, due to the lower profitability, you're going to be making less money overall because your expenditures are going to be increasing, and even though you're managing more accounts, you're bringing in less revenue because the accounts aren't making as much money as they could be. And as a result of the accounts not performing as well as they should, you experience unhappy clients in doing so. So you have lots and lots of models that you're managing, and as a result of having all of these different accounts that you've got to handle, you've got to manage, you're not actually doing a good job as you should be doing on those accounts. You're not scaling them up to the heights that they could reach, which is leading to these unhappy clients, which is why the models are kind of tuning this offer out, because they're being burnt by agencies who are just sticking to the traditional OnlyFans management model. And also, as a result of the low profitability, you have more fires that you need to put out. So your day will just consist of putting out fires. You'll be, this person's Instagram account was banned. I need to create them a new Instagram account. Sorry about that. We've got an issue with this being blocked. We've got an issue with this account not performing well. Your day will just consist of putting out fires, dealing with content issues, trying to collect content from models. If you're managing just a ton of models and you're just scaling up straight away horizontally. Now, when we have freelance OnlyFans scaling, you don't experience any of these problems. And I'm going to be breaking down exactly what we've noticed in our own personal agency, in addition to what we noticed within the market, and also what we noticed with some of our consulting students inside of our OnlyFans Millions program. So what we have is we're able to make more money as we're able to focus more on scaling the select few accounts to work with. You get an account up to doing $80,000 a month, $100,000 a month, $150,000 a month. To get an account doing these sort of revenue numbers, it requires an immense amount of focus, energy, to actually scale it up. So as a result of this more focus and energy, because we're only working with a few models, we've noticed that we've been able to make more money because we're scaling these accounts to newer and greater heights. As a result, the clients are also happier. They're much happier than when we were managing lots of different model accounts and providing an average service across the board, to instead we're now providing an excellent service to a select few clients. And it's also stress-free because we're working with less clients as well. There's a lot less fires to be putting out. And as a result, I can just work a few hours a day on this agency, wake up, check the accounts, see they're performing, have a meeting with either a chatter or the promotional virtual assistant, make sure the numbers are all good, and that is my day done for the OnlyFans company. Now, we also notice that we have higher profitability because we don't need as many team members either. We can run this business with 1 to 2 virtual assistants, as opposed to someone who to manage the recruitment, someone to manage the onboarding, someone to manage the client relationships, all of this stuff that you're having to build out. Instead, we can just have 1 to 2 virtual assistants working with 4 clients, and we can just manage their accounts and scale them up. In addition to that, it's also a unique offer as well. So models are responding better to the offer of working with someone in a more personal way. So it's an individual who's an expert on scaling OnlyFans accounts. This is an offer that's becoming much more attractive because it's not the same offer that they're in terms of OnlyFans management agency, and they're not going to feel like they're going to get burnt again. And you can close them in just a few DMs by sending them a simple message saying, look, I've been working within the OnlyFans industry for X period, and during this time we've helped scale up to 30k a month, or up to 50k a month, or up to 80k a month, whatever results you've been able to help them achieve. Is it cool if I send over just a quick case study you can go through, which demonstrates exactly how we did that? Cool, yeah, send it over. We send over a case study. They see what we've done for another model, and they go, yeah, perfect. let's get started. It's very, very simple as opposed to running an OnlyFans management agency. So I would encourage all of you to make the transition to freelance OnlyFans scaling. Now, within the community, my private OnlyFans Millions consulting program, what we've had members also prove this theory in addition. So we have some high-level OnlyFans agency owners within our private community. So some are doing hundreds of thousands every single month. Some are also doing 10, 20K a month, so a lot less. Now, here is one of our consulting students, Dylan Hilldrop, and he asked a question. This was during June. He said he's doing about 20 grand a month with this agency, and he's just asking a question on whether he should implement more models or whether he should do more promotion. Now, the unanimous decision with all these high-level agency owners is that he should be doing more promotion. So what we noticed is that all the successful OnlyFans agencies out there aren't really OnlyFans agencies. They are just freelance OnlyFans scaling. So they have 2 virtual assistants and themselves, and they manage 1 to 4 high-ticket OnlyFans accounts, and they scale them up, delivering really good results for the models, working only just a few hours a day while doing this, having just 2 virtual assistants to manage, and it's a much better, much more profitable, makes more money operation. And then since then, you go up to 30K a month, proving the theory correct, that he's been scaling a lot better by focusing on just promotion itself. This is profit, by the way, so 20K a month profit, 30K a month profit. Now, focus and results is cyclical. The more focus that you can invest in a particular area, the more results you are just inherently going to see from that focus. Now, what happens with the traditional OnlyFans management agency model is that there's an issue when you have your focus just being diverted to all these different ways. So to generate results, you have onboarding them. So you have to onboard a new model, perhaps. You have to walk her through how to create content. You have to set it up with the agency. You have to walk her through everything. You have to properly onboard the model. In addition to that, you have to do more recruitment. So you're constantly looking out there to find more models. You need to manage your recruitment, head of recruitment. You need to deal with taking sales calls and all of that. You then need to be training new team members. So because you're constantly scaling your agency with models, you need to be taking on new team members. You need to be training them. Your attention is diverted to getting these new team members onboarded. You then experience some more account bans. So you're managing lots more accounts, which means you're making lots more connections from one device. As a result, it's going to be triggering up some more warning signs, and you're going to be getting more accounts banned. Your virtual assistants are also, when they're logging on, they're going to be experiencing a similar issue. And there's just more chance of you banning accounts. You've got to deal with that. And then you have new bot implementation because you can't deal with the inherent scale of the agency. You're looking for fast ways to get traffic. So you're trying to implement some new bots ASAP to get some traffic because you don't have the attention to focus, or you don't have the focus to deliver them good results by putting in place some proper promotional campaigns instead of just implementing these quick bots. And as a result, your focus and result timeline takes a lot longer, and you end up delivering a lot worse results to the models that you're managing when you could be dropping a ton of model accounts, scaling with just working with a few select high ticket accounts. So we also did a private breakdown for my agency in terms of Sophie Rain. So if you don't know who she is one of the top OnlyFans creators on the platform. Now, we did a breakdown, as we do with some high-ticket accounts, because we're trying to figure out in terms of why are they high-ticket, why are they performing well. So we go into their OnlyFans account, we check out basically the funnel that they're using to get subscribers. We look at the funnel in the back end in terms of how they're managing the subscribers. And then we basically emulate their strategy. So as you can see, this creator is putting in 43 million single year. Okay, it is a ridiculous sum of money. And this just goes to prove that you can scale up a single OnlyFans creator to doing insane revenue numbers. You don't need the scale in terms of the number of models that you're signing that most agencies believe that they do need. And instead, you could just work as a freelancer working with a couple of OnlyFans accounts. And you can work more closely to those accounts and just help them scale up their process. Okay. As you can see with the strategy, you wouldn't be able to get this result if you are managing lots and lots of other creators at your agency. You just wouldn't, because there is an immense amount of content focus going into Brain's account. Essentially, to scale the account, you need to be doing attention, conversion, and then reconversion. That is the successful formula for fans. And you need a creator who can focus their time in terms of, with other creators, making, good trending music, using trending themes, just producing a lot of high quality content in order to attract that attention. You don't need to focus on distributing that content and doing some really good content marketing for the model. And then you need to focus on the conversion in terms of getting them and selling them on the OnlyFans account, and then doing the reconversion within the back end via, funnel, low ticket subs, VIP upsell, implementing some more upsells, some more high ticket offers to basically just sell within the account to produce more money. So you get it better. You don't just make, as made as $525,000 for upfront subscriptions. Just the money is being made through the upsells within the account, and you need to be able to focus more on that and really scaling up the single account. So again, this just goes to prove that you don't need all these accounts. And in fact, the freelance, in terms of just being a freelance OnlyFans scaler, going out there, signing these models by yourself as a one-man band, and just having a couple of virtual assistants to support the operation and handle the chatting and promotion for you, is going to be a much more successful. Now, with my consulting program, OnlyFans Millions, we have an exact roadmap in terms of how you can scale this up successfully. In terms of our students just go in the program, they execute this. We provide everything they need in terms of the website foundations, the socials, the sales assets, the outreach messaging itself, the case study, the pre-trained virtual assistants. And they just go ahead, install this into their own personal OnlyFans company. And then as a result, they just need to do 3 iterations of this roadmap here. They can do it once, and they can be managing a model who's now doing 100K a month at 50% rev share split, so they're making 50K a month. Or they could be doing it, they could just scale the model up to 60K a month, just that one model. 60K a month, they're making 30K a month. Now, there's a common theme in terms of people are worried that working with less models is more risky because of, lose one model and you're managing 40 models, then it's not really much of an issue because you've got so many more models that you're managing. If you lose one model and you're only managing one model, then there is a potential issue and people are worried about that. However, what we've found is that if we are able to consistently deliver a good service to OnlyFans models, that they just stick with us regardless. If you can get a model up to 50K a month, she's not going to leave you because she is going to be over the moon. That if she's making 50% of that, $25,000 a month, she's going to be over the moon for that. She can be satisfied from that. So why would she need to pivot and change that to try and achieve a greater number when she's already making a lot of money and it's a very simple day-to-day operation? Okay, you can just do one iteration of this roadmap, or if you want to scale it to 4 models that you're managing, you can do it with 4 iterations. But you don't need that many models to be producing a lot of money, and you don't need to do that much work in order to be making lots of money if you just scale a couple of models. I hope you got some value from this video. If you haven't already, make sure you pivot to the freelance OnlyFans scaling model instead. Working with lots of models and you're not able to get good results, that's a sign that you need to downsize your operation. If you are beginner in this space, then instead of trying to build an OnlyFans management agency, pitch yourself as a freelancer to cut through the noise of the OnlyFans management agency market and the DMs that are being sent. Unique offer that you can pitch so you can these OnlyFans models a lot easier. And then just implement 1 to 2 virtual assistants, scale up maximum 4 OnlyFans accounts, and you can be happily making $100,000 plus every single month from this operation. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you thought of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.